Hi, welcome back to the channel. This week we're continuing where we left off last week, and that is only on account of since I posted that video I had a few more ideas, and I wasn't really happy where the arp was in the previous video. So now that I've had another week to think about it, I think I can take it a little bit further. So let's just recap for those who haven't seen last week's video. This is what we currently have. So essentially it is a 4-bar arp, and that is switching between LFO2 here, which plays 2 bars. Let's just put this back how it was. It seems that when you save the preset or reopen the preset, it doesn't retain these settings. So let's put this back to how it was. And that is 32 steps, or 32 along the x-axis if you like, which is the steps, and then 24 on the y-axis, which we have set to semitones. So in other words, 2 octaves. Now let's check 3, and yes, it's done the same thing. Let's put this up like so. Let's also put this onto step and do the same to the previous one. And the way this works is we have LFO4 set to 4 bars, and that's starting from the start, obviously, and they're going all the way to the end in a linear fashion. And for the first half of this, it is playing LFO2 in its entirety, so 2 bars. And then for the second half, it is playing LFO3 in its entirety for 2 bars. So essentially LFO2 and then LFO3. And the way it's doing that is via a mod remap. So when we go up to here to LFO4, we have 2 modulation lanes. We have this one here. So we have 100% for the first half and then 0 for the second half. So this tells it to play for the first half, modulation 2, which is this one, LFO2, and then to stop playing that for the second half, and then obviously the inverse for the second half. So modulation 4, which is LFO3, like I said. It's a bit confusing, but if you think about it logically, I think it kind of makes sense. And hopefully I did my best to explain it there. But what we're going to do, we're going to essentially duplicate this. So if you didn't follow that, then maybe when I repeat it, it will start to sink in. So let's do the same. Let's go to LFO5, and we're going to copy this. Why not? Copy, and then we're going to paste it down onto LFO5. Choose LFO5 here, and then we'll assign this to oscillator 1, transpose. And once we've done that, that opens up LFO6. It was hidden before. Once again, we can paste, and then we're going to do the same LFO6 to oscillator 1, transpose once again. Let's make this 2 bars, turn off smooth, and once again, step 32 and 24. And let's repeat that for LFO5. All the way up 32 and 24. Sync and 2 bars. And what we're trying to do here, because I've not explained it already, sorry. What I wasn't happy with the first time was that even though it was a 4-bar arp, I still felt it was a bit too static. It was a bit too boring after hearing it a few times. So I want to add a little bit of a movement through it, just with the occasional 1 note up here and there. But the problem was, previously on LFO2 and 3, you can see that we were limited to 24 steps, which is obviously 2 octaves. And I want to go basically just slightly over 2. So the way to do that is adding these additional LFOs, assigning them to transpose exactly the same way as before, but this will essentially double up the modulation. So if I put this flat, it will do nothing. 5 and 6, let's put this there. So let's just put some random variations in, like so, and then we'll increase the modulation. We do 12 because it's set to semitones for the moment. That will change in a second. So now you can hear we are going up. We are now exceeding the 2-octave arpeggiator range. So we're getting somewhere. Let's put it back to flat though, like so. And once again, we need to repeat the LFO4 remap. So we need to tell LFO4 to switch halfway to play first LFO5, then LFO6. So once again, add LFO4, and this time we need to choose the lane. So we have lane 7 here. So modulation 7 amount. We'll do the same, we'll repeat that. Modulation 8 amount this time. Ensure these are on 0. And then the depth is 0.25, which we worked out in the last video. Once again, let's turn this all the way up for the first half, then all the way down, And then we'll do the inverse for the second. Let's go and repeat these random inputs so we can hear it working. Nothing, 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 nothing. Now. Perfect. It's working. So now let's work on the pattern a bit more. So here is a good example. So currently we're going up 12, but I want it to actually go up 13. So what I'm going to do is bring this one down so it's only up 1. And then we're going to go to LFO 5 on that same step, which I think is this one. Let's just check. It's starting right at the end of the E there. Yes, bingo. So now it will go up 1 plus also a full octave. There we go. Yes, working. So that's fine for the first half. I only want a little bit of variation in the first half. And in the second half, I want a bit more variation. So let's turn this one down. We're going to, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're also going to put it up a full octave as well. That's it for it now. There we go. Let's also do the same to this one. Let's listen to how this sounds now. Alright, so there we are, 4-bar and 4-octave arps within Vital. I hope you enjoyed that, I hope you found it useful, and we're back shortly with something else. We'll see you then. Bye.